today, specifically coming to talk about Sudan. Okay, I need to clarify something because people might come and say, I'm not a Sudanese, I'm from South Sudan. I should not speak about the situation of Sudan politically, That means I should talk only in behalf of humanitarians, but not politically. And I show you that I have full right to talk about Sudan, okay? So before you you come and say all this, whatever in your mind, I want to show you the article that gave anybody right to talk about the situation anywhere he or she wanted to talk about. For example, Article 19 of Universal Human Rights Declaration says everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression, this right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. This is the article. It is Universal Human Rights Declaration. Therefore, even if, I just want to clarify, even if I'm a Sudanese and there are people, why I'm talking today here, because Sudan now, the people, the Sudanese who are in diaspora, they are now divided into pieces against each other. And now it's split, Darfur, Somal. I need to give my opinion too. I'm not talking about humanitarian now. Why? Because I want to address our fellow Sudanese who are in diaspora, who are not on the spot in Sudan or in Darfur that they are talking about here. Nobody is in Darfur talking like they are talking in diaspora. Nobody in Geneva is talking like they are talking in diaspora. Nobody in Khartoum is talking like they are talking in diaspora. If you have your space, peace, you can talk. But people there, when you talk to people there, it sounds different. Politically, what political you are talking about? I don't see any anybody who makes sense politically that this, Sudan is like this or Sudan is like that. And now we drag each other while our people are dying every day, every time. Okay, that is another thing. Of course, people are dying. There is no electricity, no water, no food even. The people are, put out from their houses, not everybody, but most of the, even if one person, push out from his or her house, or people are just coming without any, But then, politically, if you talk about politically, you know that any war, anywhere in the world, it is disaster. It is disaster. First of all, people who are coming, and now this fight is inside. There is no battlefield of announcing the war and going to the battlefield. It is now the war within. And if you go for the war itself, because you are now talking like this because you didn't touch the wall like that. Yes, Darfur for now since 2003, they are in the camps. Nobody really taking care of. And also it's not like, okay, Darfur, but it's still within Darfur people divided from tribe to tribe in Darfur. Leave away, this and that. Darfur itself, it is disaster itself. What are you talking about? Sudan was big, right? Fighting. Sudanese, the South Sudanese who were rebel those days, the people start saying criminals. Like now, some of you, they say criminals. Of course, somebody has to be a criminal. And somebody has to be supported. But to just go war, when we say war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. It's not because you think like war is something like this, because you are hearing war from outside. You are hearing war in Darfur. You are hearing war, this, and things like that. But when there is war, these people who are criminals, let's say criminals, though it's criminal or not criminal, let's say criminal, the people who are coming to fight, they are not coming with their food. Of course, the food is in where they are going. If you know those days, Napoleon Bonaparte, why Napoleon was a great person, fighting, and everybody knows. Is because they say, look here, before Napoleon, before that, the people were going with food, everything, and then it take like 50% of their powers, because there are people who are, taking food, taking all these things, with, pushing and pushing around. So he came, Napoleon came, and saying, look here, we are going to eat with these people. We are going to dress with these people. We are going to do this with... And it was easy for the people. They just rush there. They eat from this and, take everything. Of course, take the woman. Your woman became their woman. Your clothes became their clothes. Your food became their food. That's why we say war itself is not good for anything. Now you are dragging yourself. Of course, these criminals want to hide. Nobody wants to die. They have to go inside so that the people will also, okay, how can we, fight people because these are there. This is the situation. It's not different than any situation. Because now it's like Sudan, it is only Sudan who, there are two armies. It's not only Sudan. Maybe in a different way. You see only in one way. In a different ways. Everything is similar to the other, or, slight similar. If you don't know in South Sudan, what happened there? People were like, oh, never happened in anywhere in the world that 5 vice presidents in South Sudan. If you see 5 vice presidents, what are they doing? What are they doing? Where is South Sudan now? You know, it's like, oh my God, what is that? But it happened, and it is happening. In other countries, the son is the father is the president, and then the son will come and be the president, and they still say, oh, there is never in the world something like this. You don't need to be similar like, in Sudan. In Syria, what happened? It happened like that. You can't say this is, but this is the situation now, right? And before we talk about two armies, they were there before. These two armies were there before al-Bashir, Omar al-Bashir. They were there. And everybody keeping silent because, the power was against the army, right? And these people are there, they are friends now because they support each other for Omar Bashir to go. Do you think if Omar Bashir, because Omar Bashir saw that, there is disaster coming, I have to go. If Omar Bashir has to fight, it will be disaster like this. It still may be worse than this. But he went because he knows that, things are not going well. And now it came. And why now? If we think, why now? We are now saying, Janjaweed, Darfur, Janjaweed. Janjaweed they were there since. But it was not in Sudan. It was in Darfur. That's why, they go there, this and that is Darfur. But now in reality, they went to the center. And it was like this. In Darfur, they go, they rape, people, wives, even young children, they kill people anyhow for a long time. And we invite them. Don't you know he was not a Sudanese, for example? If we really love Sudan. Who don't know that they are not? Okay, they are coming from there, they are coming from here, for the purpose. We have to deal with it now. We have to really deal with it if you need the reality. We have to deal with it. Because we invite, the government itself, invite them, Janjaweed. And now Janjaweed became big. And what do we have to cry? Now I'm talking politically, not humanitarianly, okay? For those who are outside, in diaspora, talking anyhow, we see it when there was, you see it even when the discussion was and say, you have to make an army together, all this. Some people, they discuss. We see everything. Why now? Why now? Were you thinking this person is, washing your plates? Don't want any, thing? What about Angela Merkel? Was like that. Was serving, was making coffee to the people who are making meeting. But then the chancellor came and said, I like this woman. She can be my secretary. This is how she was upgraded. You cannot underestimate anybody in the same position. Even with salaries now, everybody who is working in the what do you call, in the offices, we all make competition because the time you are upgraded, you get salary, right? More salary. Who don't want salary? Everybody wants salary. This is the fight that we see. And now you are talking about, Darfur said, let them die. These are his statements. These are people who are angry, who were going through and nobody sees them. And now when you are crying, they also say, are you also crying? You're supposed not to cry. Because we were crying throughout. Nobody want to, say anything. In this position, they are right. I cannot have comment and say, look here, why don't you like this? Okay, let the airplanes go and finish Darfurian because of this. Sudanese also, South Sudanese. When people were, running and all this, some Sudanese say, you know what? You are leaving us in this, what do you call, in Ras Shaitan, South Sudanese are living in Ras Shaitan there, where there is no, electricity. In Rawakib or Rakuba, that is shelters, shelters like this. They live there like that. And they were like, where are you going? Why? No, stay. They say, stay, man. Do you want to run and leave us here in this shelter alone? And you live, you are building, in Amarat, and you stay here. These are the statements that we don't need anybody to feel the same way they are saying, because these are, things coming, and that should not make you angry. If you are angry, then you know that you are the one who is doing this. These are the statements that can out of anger, because they went through. Some people inside, we are communicating with people inside, right? Some people inside, I say, what about, like 2 months ago, I say, what do you say about what the people say? Like, you should not cry, you should not run, like South Sudanese, they say that. They say now we know exactly what they are saying. It is true, it is statement, because they went through. But nobody really, we are like, yeah, but nobody really see it. But now, we saw what they are saying. And we can't react, we can't say anything. That was the person who makes sense, the person who is inside. And inside right now, the thing become normal. The situation normalize itself. Because airplanes, before boom, 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 like that, everybody was panicking, everything was disaster. But now, if the airplanes are going around, the people are relaxed. Because they know that, okay, these people will go inside the houses, they will not come out. So, there is rest. If there is no any airplanes like that, or shooting or anything, they will panic, like, what is happening? These people will come out and just talk, just do, because you never know. It will, they will come to your house and then either say cook, either, just disturb you, or, they are many and you cannot stay, you have to leave. They can tell the ladies, bring the water here, bring water to us, to another room. That is rape already taken place, which is disaster. It was there before. In Darfur was there. In South Sudan, it was there. What people say? Fetish. Because we put the reasons of, like, these are pagans, they don't know God. And I remember in Darfur, Sudanese, they say Darfur, when the Darfurian, what do you call? Guys, we the Sudanese, is very painful and very shame. Those who are in diaspora and turning against each other and revealing the racism that we have in Sudan. It is not good. Just think about it, like, okay, the government is not even the government. The army have to go to Darfur and kill all these people. Kill who? Is Darfur not in Sudan? Do you want anybody to be killed in Sudan? We brought it to ourselves. Where do you think it will go? Were we not there when they were signing? We were there. They signed. Okay, brought the army, and the army were parallel like this. They were not there. Why not from the beginning that, okay, now this and that? Of course, discussion. That means anybody needs something. Anybody needs something. Who don't need to be president in Sudan? Who don't need to have a high rank in Sudan? Now we are talking against each other. Racism. Now I see. Why are you angry? Why are you become racist? No, is it good when you test? Is it good? The reason. As I say in Darfur, there is no unity at all, from tribe to tribe. Don't tell me that I'm not from Darfur. This is also racism. When you say I'm not from Darfur, I should not talk because I know nothing about Darfur. Yes, I know something about Sudan. Sudan is Sudan, from south, from east, from west, it's Sudan. I can talk. It's not only, if then I have not to talk about Darfur, for example. And then you don't have to talk about the whole Khartoum, even. No, talk about only your family. That is where you are. That is where you base. Only your family, your house, because Sudan is not yours. Only your plot that you bought, if you want. But if you know that Darfur is in Sudan, Jinena is in Sudan, Darfurians are the Sudanese. The people from the north, Somalin or Shamalin, we call it Shamalin. The northerners are Sudanese. I cannot even open my mouth and say, hey, these northerners, let them die. Die how? Why should they die? We know that everybody has his own time to die. Why do you want to push somebody to die now? I can't say to the North Sudanese that they deserve to die. No, nobody deserves to die. And then you are the criminal if you talk like that. If you talk that, I suppose not to talk, leave away Darfur, because I'm from South. Now I cannot talk on behalf of Sudan. I'm not a Sudanese. I don't know anything. You are a liar. Let me tell you, you are a liar. I speak about the situation, wherever the situation, not only Sudan, not only South Sudan, not only Darfur, not only, Shamal. We talk about peace in the world. When we talk sometimes, like, oh, these activists are just activists, I say war is not a good thing. For sure, Sudan will not continue like that. There will be time that they stop fighting. But don't put something into a hot place already. You have no right to say, these people have to go and fight Darfurian or something like this. If we come to the reality, they will tell you that there are Sudanese in Tishad. What about the Sudanese who are Tishad? Will they have no right to fight? Everybody makes sense in their own head. But that's not the issue. The issue is like there are some people who are fighting. Sudan is not going ahead. Sudan is disaster all the time. How can we settle and make amendment? We have to amend Sudan in general. Sudan is hectic. This war would have anyway happened. I can tell you, would have anyway happening. Because when Umar Bashir see his power was, beyond what they are doing, because they connived together. These people now who are fighting now, they connived together. And we say Umar Bashir would have fight. You remember Umar Bashir in 2012? When Umar Bashir say Al-Hassal Koh, he said nobody, because he see his power that time. He said nobody. If you try, first of all, lick your elbow. Who lick the elbow? He was ready for fighting any time, that time. But now because the agreement came and then the two armies came together. And Umar Bashir is not a stupid man. We all say Umar Bashir out. It is good to be out, but it doesn't, it is not easy. Yes, it is easy to make revolution for somebody to go out. This is the saying. I'm not the one who's saying it, right? But it is difficult to build. It is difficult to build after a revolution. It's easy. You push somebody out and that is it. So for me, myself, this fight would have anyway happened. With Janjaweed, without, would have happened. But then it happened now, and then we get the reason of saying because they are two, because they are this and that, Sudan in general, there is nobody who is going to be there if we don't amend Sudan. If we don't go and see this generation who is coming. Because anybody this man now run. Why is he running? He ran, he left. And you think he's stupid. He's not stupid. This man is not stupid. Sudan is beyond their powers. If we don't concentrate to amend Sudan, what I mean is that to go deeply and to make the basic things. We who are in diaspora, we don't have to make a disaster. We're supposed to be together for now and say, what can we do to really sit down and to see where is the problem? If we can study problem politically, where is the root? Why now? I'm just angry today, particularly because it is too much. It is too much for Sudanese to be scattered themselves. We think like those who are in diaspora, they would have think beforehand. They would have been the better people to stand together. Like now, they call in Germany here, there are divisions. You don't even know where to go. Which meeting will you go to? Because everybody dragging each other. Go to London there, in UK. The same thing. Go to America, the same thing. Why? And people become racist like this. It's painful. Reason your country. Because now our country is damaged. Whether it's south or north, is damaged. And we thought we, the people who are in diaspora, we made it in life. We didn't make anything. We didn't make anything in life. This is all disaster. It's a sickness if we think like this. Hey, Somal, let them go and die there. I don't care. We Darfurian, we were dying all the time. Somali say, you say this to me, you go and die. And we are not different than these people who are fighting now. Will you tell me that we are different? Because if now you with your mouth like this going to be in that chair, you will be racist. You will do the same. There will be not any different to say you will bring the peace in Sudan. We talk about somebody who has the heart very strong. To see that the ancestors, your ancestors, must be the happiest people wherever they are. Because you fix Sudan. You see Sudan, everybody who have access. Sudan should not be, bleeding all the time. With fighting throughout. Gandhi say, if the violence has to finish, it has to end on me. Why don't you say, okay, that was on me and I don't need anybody to pass through what I have passed? Did you talk like that? Because you can't, even wish your enemy to pass through, but we, the Sudanese, we are talking. That make me not have any, like somebody will come and be a president and everything will be fine. Were we not making revolution for this, the soldier to come out? Of course, because now he's fighting and then we need somebody who save us. Though they were the one who caused the problem. And now we turn to them again. It says always, if you are three and, that is the enemy, and now you are fighting with this person, you will go and make peace with the enemy so that you can fight this one back. This is what we have in Sudan now. So you are talking rubbish, When the mature people talk like, okay, there is a problem at hand. How will we end up this problem? Some, they don't sleep. They sit the whole night thinking about how to end this problem because problem is already at hand. That's what we supposed to do now. The problem is at hand. Two enemies don't want to give up. Two soldiers, they don't want to give up. We are not sitting down. How would you think Sudan will sit down if we are not sitting down here? We have time. We are very, if it is 3 hours from here to Hanover, from Berlin to Hanover, 3 hours, from other places in maybe 1 hour. Can we do it for the sake of our Sudan? To come together, even one night, I was talking to other people. Like this is the time we're supposed to show solidarity. We gather. We talk like Sudanese. What is happening to us? Where is the problem? Even 2 to 3 days, it's not for nothing. It's not for vain. Reach the family. Sometimes we miss call, you can't call. I was trying to call somebody there. Let me try again. If I can reach. I can reach one of them. It's just very sad. Talking like this and you say you are in diaspora, you are in UK, you are in America, you are in Sweden, you are in Germany. Talking rubbish like this. Nobody talks sense of say let us gather. Let us talk about, systematically. It takes time, yes. We cannot do that, but you can talk. Rubbish. See? It's not going. This is Sudan. It's not going. That means the communication is off. And you are talking like this. Come on, man. Even if you are a woman, you are a man, you should not talk like that. There is no anything that make me, happy